Hey Leo, welcome to September 2019. This month I'm pulling animal cards from this animal card deck that's all the rage. And for this month I pulled for you Vulture. Vulture, the message is like vultures are super underappreciated because they balance our ecosystem and they prevent the spread of disease. It does the dirty work that no one else wants to do when it cleans up our messes. It appears when there's a situation that needs to be purified or brought back into balance. Remember that the vulture is greatly undervalued. What you thought was a mistake or tragedy is a blessing in disguise. And, yeah. I'm going to read this to you as well. When in balance, clarifies, reveals wisdom. When out of balance, dramatic, aggressive. To bring into balance, clean your space like sage or some shit. So, I mean, I know, Leo, that you maybe, have been going through a little bit tougher of a time than you expected or anticipated or wanted. It's been a little, I honestly, and I think there's, a lot of, physical stress, that it's, been maybe, health issues or just, having to recover from something that was, a little traumatic, and I think that the vulture is just saying, maybe some of that was either a wake-up call to treat yourself a little differently, or kind of like a blessing in disguise of maybe you were moving too fast and maybe whatever has been happening has been slowing you down. So a recovery period, while maybe that has been frustrating to you, it's also very I got Eight of Wands in reverse. I feel like this is you wanting forward movement, wanting to keep going along at your quick pace, but you've been slowed down and you're kind of being paused a little bit, and you're why? I wanted to move forward. I thought everything was going great, and now there's this kind of stagnation. But I think that really this Eight of Wands reverse is paired with the vulture. It's please just accept it. Please just chill out. Please stop trying to move forward, actually, because this is not the time for forward movement for you. This is the time for you to chill out, recover, get in alignment, clean up messes, kind of get on a clean, new, fresh slate. So you're not meant to be moving forward right now. You're meant to be getting kind of clear and because maybe you were going down this road really fast, but that's not even the right road. You've been going at 100 miles per hour, but you're not even going in the right direction. So you're going to have to turn back anyway. So I think it's you're being stopped. Oh, look, Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck. I think that's great too. There's this new emotional potential for you. There's these new bubblings of who you are and what's possible for you. But for you to get there, you're gonna really just have to pause and make sense of what's been going on lately without trying to run away from it. Stop trying to run away from your messages and just accept that this is the time to be kind of cleaning them up. Seven of Swords. I mean, that again just kind of echoes this. There's been some deception. I kind of feel like this is you deceiving yourself a little bit. Oh my god, Magician in reverse. Yeah, so much of this is about you have just, I think, gotten a little bit out of alignment, a little bit so caught up in an ego headspace that you are not serving yourself, really, is what it comes down to. You're trying to manifest all this shit, but you're not being honest, I think, with yourself about what you really need and what's going on and where this is coming from. Sometimes we can want to be building a new dream for ourselves, but it can be ultimately actually kind of toxic to ourselves, right? We're I just want to build this beautiful new thing, blah, blah, blah. But, why? This is a silly example, but let's say we want to build a house and we're putting all this money into the house, but it's maybe you didn't do due diligence. Maybe the foundations are not really strong, so you don't want to build on shitty foundations to have it crumbling down. Or maybe you think this house is gonna save your marriage, but it's not the house that's gonna save your marriage. It's the communication and the being honest with your partner and like working things out that's gonna save it. I'm not telling you that these are what's happening. That's just the vibes, energies, examples of how this could play out. So I'm just saying, overall, it's like you have a resistance to kind of cleaning up your own messes, but I feel like this is because you're trying to manifest things without being clear about your intentions, kind of like trying to like put a band-aid over a wound type thing that really needs to actually be healed and addressed with. So take the pause. I'm just saying this is an invitation into a pause. Take it. Don't worry about manifesting right now. This is just not the time. You want to be building and like creating, but it's not really where you're at. And that's okay. Because I think there's just some stuff you need to start getting honest with, see some truth. Stop lying to yourself. That's really what this feels like. It doesn't feel like someone else. It feels like you not being honest with yourself. And I think you really just deserve to understand where you're coming from. Why are you trying to move in the directions you're trying to move in anyway? It feels a little bit like running away energy to me. That you were in such a rush to get out of where you were that you went 100 miles in the wrong direction. I mean, you could get in an accident, you know, going that fast. So I think that the universe is just saying, like, whoa, slow down. Slow the fuck down. There's like that stupid phrase that I hate, which is like, you take yourself wherever you go with you. So wherever you've been like trying to manifest like something new anyway, wherever you've been like trying to create something new, it's like you're just looking in the wrong directions. You're looking outside of yourself when really a lot of your work is like cleaning up what's inside and like, I mean, you get it. I don't even keep going on. Okay. I got the King of Cups in reverse, and I got the King of Wands in the upright. I'd like to clarify those. Can I clarify King of Cups reverse? Oops. Oh, okay, interesting. Got Death in reverse. I got Four of Cups in reverse. I got Five of Swords in reverse, and I got Knight of Swords. More court cards. Alright, well, I feel like this is you, again, just not wanting to deal with your emotions. I mean, there might be painful stuff coming up. Death in reverse. I think certain things need to come to an end. And I think you've been running away from that instead of confronting it and dealing with it. Could be the example of a marriage. Could be. Maybe a divorce is required. But instead of, like, metaphorically getting on the road and driving away, go talk to your partner about how you kind of are ready for a divorce. Face this death. Face this end of this. And it doesn't have to be a divorce. Oh my god, no. It could be a job. It could be literally, it could be your own bullshit. It could be a dream you thought was like gonna make you famous. Like, who fucking knows? I don't like tarot readers who are predicting specific, especially in a general reading. Like, this is just energies. So take it how it resonates with you. I'm just saying, like, I think there's a situation in your life that needs to be confronted, a mess that needs to be dealt with, especially with Vulture. It's like, for you to be able to move forward in your life, you first have to deal with where you're at. You first have to, like, confront all this. Get in touch with your own real emotions, as painful as they may be. You need some clearing. And I think that the more you avoid this and aren't honest and deceive yourself about this, the longer it's going to go on. So there's just a period of, like, really needing to confront something. Again, Four of Cups reverse, I feel like this is you running off. This is you thinking there's something better than the present moment. There's you thinking that there's an escape from all this, that you can, like, avoid it. And I feel like really you yeah, like, I think you just need to get out of this, like, this girl is thinking, like, this pink cup is better than these three blue cups. I think it's just, like, stop thinking that there's somewhere to go other than dealing with what's right here in front of you. And maybe this card being in reverse means that you are ready to do that. And then Five of Swords reverse, a conflict card. Maybe this is you avoiding the conflict. You avoiding this confrontation. King of Wands, I think this is just calling on you. This is a fire sign. This is you. I mean, I think it's like calling on you to find your own inner creative solutions to this situation. To like kind of, instead of shirking away from it, to take it on as a responsible, mature adult that you are. And the Knight of Swords, again, this feels like you too. Like, you learning how to use your words, especially. Like, you learning how to, like, talk it out. Not talk it out, per se, but, like, talk it out with yourself, at least. I think this is about truth. You being willing to kind of absorb and, like, handle and deal with some truth of what you need to be dealing with right now. I think that you will. Like, whatever you've been avoiding and not, like, confronting and dealing with, I think that you're going to take the invitation. And you can step into these energies of the Knight of Swords and the King of Wands to kind of be like, alright, it's time. I'm gonna face the music, as they say, and kind of deal with my pain, probably. I think it has a lot to do with pain. Which is probably why you've been avoiding it. But what did this card? Princess of Pentacles in reverse. Interesting. I mean, I might just honestly read from my loot booklet, because the part cards always get me. Princess of Pentacles. Okay, living in La La Land with grand and obscure ideas can only get you so far. Apply your skills and take action toward your big vision for yourself. Blah, blah, blah. You may be experienced overwhelmed by overworking. Recharge the juices by taking a break. Reserve your energy for the long haul is working smarter, not harder. Your passion deserves to be seen and heard. Do the world a favor and show them what you're made of. Again, I think that's just an echo of what I've said. You don't need to be the Princess of Pentacles right now. What you really need to be is the person who confronts some shit. You don't need to be building. You don't need to keep avoiding either. So just, you don't need to be Princess of Pentacles. Ah! Okay, what else? Ah! Hierophant in reverse. Anything else? Okay. Judgment. Haha! What have I been fucking talking about? This reading had judgment energy written all over it. And then the Hierophant in reverse. I think, oh my god, marriage keeps coming up for me for some reason. But this feels like your conflict has to do with a structure. Like, it could be a job, it could be a corporation you work for, but the Hierophant is like the structures that we as a society have agreed exist and are important. Like, so, higher education, corporate hierarchies, marriage, institutions, like school in general, like church. These are institutions, and you're reversed to whatever institution you seem to belong to. I think you've been avoiding it. But I think that, you know, there's, even if, like, you're not staying in this Illuminati pyramid, even if this isn't, like, where you belong, I think with Judgment showing up, it's saying, like, there is unfinished business in your life. There's a chapter that needs to be dealt with, and it has to do, ultimately, with what you were growing into and through by being involved in this institution. So your end game might be, like, leaving, or it might be developing a new relationship with this thing. But there's something that, again, I don't know specifically what it is, but it needs to be dealt with, and I think it has to do with you, it feels like really on the surface level, it looks like you're dealing with another person or again, something like outside of yourself. But really, this has to do, I think, a lot with you facing yourself. There's definitely, I got pain involved, you avoiding your own pain. And I think it's just kind of a matter of where did this pain come from? I think it's easy for us to want to blame other people or say, like, oh, that person put that pain on me. But have we accepted pain somehow where it wasn't really, like, we could have had more boundaries, where we could have said no to things that we took that hurt us? Or pain, is there a possibility that we're again, like, what are we agreeing to that is creating this pain? Where are we not protecting ourselves? Where are we not looking out for ourselves? Where 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 does the responsibility within us lie? I'm not saying that you haven't been on some level a victim of a situation. I'm not trying to, like, diminish what is genuine hurt and what is, like, yeah, I'm not trying to say you're, like, overreacting or not, like, I'm not trying to diminish, I promise, but, like, I'm just trying to say ultimately we can only control ourselves. And so judgment showing up, it's just like doing self-reflection, self-inventory. Where can I protect myself more? Where can I look out for myself? Where can I, like, be the lion that I am and channel my strength and kind of, like, say enough? Or, like, where can I or if you are planning on leaving, then how can I leave in a way where it's like I'm firmly ending this chapter, standing up for myself, saying what it was that I needed to say so that I can move on with a clear conscience. I think, yeah, and with the vulture, I think ultimately, vulture and judgment, I think ultimately this is about you facing your pain so that you can leave whatever it is, or heal whatever it is. It could be you staying in a marriage that you've healed. But again, I'm saying it's, like, not about manifesting right now, magician reverse. That's not your priority. Your priority is, like, healing your situation by confronting it and finding what it is that needs to be done, clearing the things so that you can have a clear conscience in whichever new directions you go. And that's pretty much it. So, sorry, I guess. I'm not sorry, but it is a little intense. But I guess it doesn't feel negative to me, because it feels like the negativity has already been happening and has already been present. So it's like, this is more about you healing and dealing so that you'll be able to move on and be free. So, best of luck, Leo. And I'm wishing you, yeah, literally the best. And I'll see you in October. Okay, bye.